have been in college for the last 2 years. I got my associate's degree in human services. Things were tight, but I was making my bills. There was security. I knew that we were going to be okay every month, you know. And when the pandemic struck, I got a call from my instructor saying, you need to immediately stop going to your internship. I graduated in June, but I actually didn't go to my last term. When the pandemic struck, everything shut down, and I've never experienced anything like that. So I wasn't sure how to navigate it. And once you graduate, financial aid stops. There was no income, no financial aid or anything anymore. And being at home with my kids, I have 3 kids and my nephew lives with me. And so I had to be home with them and try to navigate their schooling, which I'm still trying to navigate. But yeah, it just, bills piled up. Owing over $10,000 in rent, as soon as that protection was up, in my mind, we were gonna be homeless. I don't know how I would pull myself out of that hole. That's pretty deep. Even if I got a full-time, really good job, I don't see how that was possible, especially with how high rent is these days. So I've been on TANF and food stamps throughout college, and my caseworker, Millie, she had suggested that I get into the Jobs Plus program because now I'm no longer in school and I'm not employed. By the end of that day, Eileen called me. Eileen works for the county. She does the Jobs Plus. And on the phone that day with Eileen, she spoke so much power into me. She made me cry. She made me feel good. And it was like exactly what I needed at the time. It kind of seemed like things were at a little bit of a standstill, but Eileen, I know, was still working so hard behind the scenes, like trying to, get me job offers and everything. There was a couple things lined up. But then I got a call from AntFarm about my rent assistance. And I didn't even know AntFarm was doing rent assistance. AntFarm is a youth services program. They really take a youth that's in need and they completely wrap around them and they help them in any way possible. And they ended up paying like $13,000 of my bills, of my rent. I was over $10,000 behind in rent. And so I didn't know how I was gonna crawl out of that hole. Eileen called me and she said, well, what would you think about working at AntFarm? And I said, as a matter of fact, and I told her that I had met Nupa once before, so I came and did an interview. And it was after I said that I just want to be a part of something that's for the greater good of people, which is the whole reason I went into human services. And he just looked at me and said, you're hired. And it's been quite an experience ever since. It's been hard to adjust to a work schedule again, to go from being at home and not doing anything to I'm gone 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and navigating that. It brings normality to your life and schedule and discipline, but being a part of this it feels good. It feels good, to say the least.